AMD's stock has been on the thrill ride of the summer, rocketing skyward in June, only to wobble a bit under July's heat, pulling back in early July. After an epic 30% leap in June, imagine jumping from the top of Kilimanjaro and landing in a kiddie pool. AMD shares entered July under renewed selling pressure. Traders, akin to sunburned tourists retreating indoors at midday, decided to take some profits off the table. As of Tuesday, AMD was trading around $136, reflecting roughly a 5% drop for the week, even as the S&P and Nasdaq dipped slightly and the Dow Jones kept chugging upward toward fresh records. June's stellar run, a cliffhanger's climb. What powered that meteoric 30% surge? It wasn't alien technology, but a potent mix of AI excitement, chip demand, and a broad market thirst for anything remotely connected to machine learning. From June 2's close of $114.63, AMD shot up to touch $143.84 on Friday, like a caffeinated squirrel scaling a telephone pole. This rally marked a swift recovery from Q1's correction, where AMD lagged peers like Nvidia, akin to a racehorse stumbling out of the gate before finding its stride. Friday's highs versus Monday's lows. Friday capped a glorious climb at $143.84, but Monday delivered a reality check. Shares slid even as the broader U.S. indices notched respectable gains. Picture a gymnast nailing a perfect somersault on Friday, only to fumble the dismount on Monday. The slip reflects traders' caution. Do we really want to hold on to this peak? They ask, biting their nails like students awaiting exam results. Technical levels, the invisible ropes. Chart buffs point to key support around $130 and resistance near $145. Think of support like a trampoline floor. Bounce too hard, and it'll spring you back up, break through resistance, and you soar into open air. AMD's dip toward $136 tested that trampoline, and traders are watching the 50 and 100-day moving averages like lifeguards eyeing swimmers in choppy waves. If those levels hold, the rally resumes. If not, brace for a deeper tumble. Chip wars and Zen 6 leaks. Adding spice to the story are whispers about AMD's next-gen Zen 6 Ryzen processor. Leaks suggest boost clocks could blast past 7 GHz, the fastest off-the-shelf CPU speed ever. Picture a dragster that normally hits 200 miles per hour now revving past 300 miles per hour. Thrilling, but does it catch fire? Some analysts caution that while Zen 6's single-core speed might wow gamers, it may lack core counts compared to rivals, making it a sprinter rather than a marathon runner. The rumor mill's churning makes traders jittery. Are we buying hype or hardware? By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Competition heats up. Nvidia, Intel, and Apple. AMD isn't alone in this race. Nvidia's GPUs dominate AI training, Intel teases next-gen Nova Lake chips, and Apple's custom silicon gobbles market share in desktops and laptops. It's like a four-way drag race. AMD's Zen 6 might win the straight-line dash, but competitors could outlast it in the curves. Investors are weighing chip competition scenarios like fantasy football lineups. Who starts, who sits, and who's just a bench warmer? ARK Invest goes all in? Enter Cathie Wood's ARK Invest, the cheerleader who waves pom-poms whenever an innovative stock stumbles. On Monday, ARK snapped up over 356,000 AMD shares across three of its ETFs, ARKK, ARKF, and ARKW, totaling $51.24 million in fresh bets. Think of ARK as that friend who insists on holding on to concert tickets. Because it'll be worth it, even when everyone else is heading for the exit. Their hefty purchase signals long-term confidence. They see AMD as the headliner, not the opening act. How ARK SPY could supercharge AMD. Big buys from flagship ETFs draw attention like a celebrity sighting. Flashy inflows can spark follow-on buying from retail investors, and the publicity alone can nudge momentum higher. Imagine ARK's trade as a blockbuster movie trailer. It grabs eyes, fuels chatter, and convinces fence-sitters to buy a ticket. If other funds and individual traders join in, AMD shares could get a fresh acceleration, like a parked car suddenly flooring the gas pedal. Picture AMD as a roller coaster in a theme park called Semiconductor World. June was the thrilling ascent up the first hill. Click, click, click up to the peak. July's pullback is the stomach-dropping first drop. Riders scream, hold on tight, maybe regret their life choices. The scenic bank turns represent technical support levels, and the tunnel of leaks spews out rumors that blindside you. ARK Invest is that daredevil who waves from the front row, urging everyone to keep their arms raised. Will the ride snap back up? Only the track, i.e., fundamentals and broader market forces, knows. What if CPUs were personalities? Zen 6. The ultra-marathon runner who sprints, pauses for a sip of water then sprints again. Impressive but needs a pep talk to keep core counts high. NVIDIA, the buff bodybuilder, flexing GPU muscles for AI workloads. Intel, the veteran boxer, training in the gym but occasionally tripping over the ring rope. Apple Silicon, the sleek fashion model, turning heads but only on the runway, MacBooks. Watching these personalities interact is like binge-watching a reality show. Scenes of camaraderie, surprise guest appearances, and occasional verbal snipes, or patent disputes. So, should you buckle up? If you're a thrill-seeker with a high risk tolerance, AMD's roller coaster could be your ticket to adrenaline and potential gains. Long-term believers see AI growth, data center expansion, and Zen 6 buzz as tailwinds strong enough to lift AMD back above resistance. If you're more comfy on the merry-go-round, consider scaling back or waiting for a clearer entry point. Say, near $130 or after a decisive move above $145. AMD's stock story is part technical chart pattern, part rumor-driven hype, part institutional vote of confidence. The combination makes for a dynamic narrative, one that demands both excitement and caution. As the market digests Zen 6 leaks, watches ARK's next moves, and awaits Q3 earnings, stay strapped in, watch those technical levels, and remember, even the wildest roller coaster eventually finds the station. A broader look at AMD's recent performance. Beyond the roller coaster of late June and early July, let's zoom out and survey the bigger picture. Over the past 3 months, AMD has delivered an eye-popping roughly 45% total return. Think of it as booking a cross-country road trip and racking up 1,000 miles in no time. That outpaces many peers, including Intel, stuck in traffic, and even NVIDIA, coasting smoothly but not accelerating quite as hard. And year-to-date, AMD is up north of 80%, turning initial early 2025 dip buyers into instant millionaires. Well, almost. Key drivers include AI and data center revenue, fueled by surging demand for inference and training chips. Client segment strength, uptick in both desktop Ryzen and Ryzen mobile sales, as consumers upgrade PCs. Enterprise and embedded, new server wins in cloud providers and telecom gear makers. Each of these buckets contributes like crew members on a spaceship launch. One powers the engines, AI, another keeps life support running, client PCs, and a third handles navigation, embedded. Within the next decade, all these could push AMD to $2,000. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. 1 Peter 5 verse 8. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, You greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.